So in the WNBA, because the WNBA, we got a topic we're going to speak on about the WNBA in a few. The Storm fall to the Dream 87-74. The Sun defeat the Wings 92-75. The Fever fall to the Aces 74-88. And the Sparks defeat the Sky 93-76. Now, baseball scores, as you know, baseball just picked back up after the All-Star break. It's a lot of baseball scores. I'm not going to get into all of them right now. So what I'll do is later on today, when I get to doing my work, doing my editing and stuff, I will post the baseball scores in the social media group, Facebook group, SportsRap Radio Show. So look out for that a little bit later, along with a new episode, a new installment of the SportsRap podcast, which will be loaded up today, later today. And real quick, just speaking of what we talked about with T.O. and things of that nature, the Hall of Fame induction class has been announced. Brian Urlacher, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Brian Dawkins, Bobby Beathard, Jerry Kramer, Ray Lewis, Robert Brazil are all going in. And we understand the situation with T.O. Not really going to get into the T.O. situation because that's a whole, it's a whole different animal.
That could be
it's not, show. No, don't be sorry. I mean, it's good that you brought it up because it needs to be talked about. It needs to be discussed. But it's just a whole different animal. And other stuff, you know, we can talk about that's more pertinent. Finally, with updates, Melo was expected to accept a veteran's minimum offer of $2.4 million for the 1 year to sign with the Rockets once he clears waivers. So with that being said, free agency, trades, rumors. We got a Sixers fan in the building, a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
My team affiliation died with when Gary Payton got traded from the Sonics.
Oh, like you see how guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Glove.
But that's good. That was good basketball. Unlike what we have today. That was good basketball.
I like that. Yeah.
So the more recent rumors about the Sixers are the fact that they are in discussions, or apparently in discussions with Cleveland to bring back Kyle Korver, to move Jared Bayless, which I think has taken long enough. Yeah, I love it because at the rate we're going, Jared Bayless doesn't fit right now into what we're doing or what they want to do. I'm just a little disappointed that it took them this long to figure that out.
Right.
It's an expiring contract, so we should be able to get rid of it. We should be able to move it. Worst case scenario, you can get bought out. With that being said, that means that Jamal Crawford is still available. Still an option. I hope that they can move Bayless and create some space to, sign, especially with the other foreign guy from Minnesota not coming over, allegedly going back overseas, which I think was a real shady move on his part.
Right.
But, maybe he is more comfortable over there. Maybe he got a better deal to go back overseas. Who knows? And Jimmy Butler is a possible option. He apparently, it's a rift or something going on with Jimmy Butler where he wants to not be involved with the stars and not want to be involved with the stars. In San Antonio, he has an issue with the young stars in in Minnesota, and he possibly wants to be moved from Minnesota. So it's going to take a trade. I mean, he already turned down his extension. He's been rumored to want to play with the Knicks with Kyrie Irving if that ever matriculates. Yeah, Jimmy Butler. But with all this going on,
did he play defense?
Jimmy, yeah, Jimmy plays defense.
So
I think
that's his thing.
The reason why I bring that up because I'm not gonna say my team, but not to jump off the subject. Carmelo don't play defense, so let's talk about who's better, Butler or Carmelo.
But here's the thing, and the same way I brought this to you guys' attention a few weeks back when I talked about Melo possibly coming to the Sixers, and I said initially, and I'm gonna start again, like I always do.
There you go.
An extremely hard sell for the situation that Melo has put himself in, the situation where he wants to be, where he doesn't feel like he should come off the bench.
Right.
But as far as the Sixers and Melo in that regard, it could have worked if they could have sold it the right way, because he gives us what we lacked in the Boston series.
Yes, sir.
He gives us scoring at the 3
Easy.
and the 4. His defense, it's a little shaky,
Yeah.
but he does rebound.
Yes. That's
So-
part of defense, kind of.
In that essence, you got Joel and you got Ben. You got some other people you could put
Instant
around at the
offense.
time
Right.
that could help out on the defense.
Give you 25 points.
But he gives us
Instant.
that offense that we lacked at that position.
In
moving
playoff
forward.
time.
It doesn't matter. We
Yeah.
lacked that. We struggled with that position all through the season.
Yeah.
Right.
Scoring points at
Right.
that 3, that 3 or maybe
Right.
like they used to say stretch 4 now. But Melo gives you that.
Right.
And all you do with that is, again, getting back to, like I always say, you get back to coaching. You put guys around him that can help him on defense.
Yeah.
But he's a good addition. Now, I don't really understand.
Who'd you rather have, Butler or him? Honestly.
I'd rather have Butler because you can get more years out of Butler.
Today,
He's
Both
younger.
sides of the ball.
I'd take Jimmy
But
Butler.
Jimmy Butler's just younger in
Right.
general. You can get more out of Jimmy Butler than you could out of Melo right now.
So both are fit. But either
Both,
one.
I think both would fit, but Butler would be better.
Mm-hmm.
But Melo going to Houston,
That's right.
I'm even more confused about that than I was with LeBron going to LA, because you got two guys
Hog the
that
ball.
have to have the ball. They have the ball a lot. Like we broke it down. People forget it's a 24-second clock, shot clock in the NBA on face value, but you got 8 seconds to bring the ball up court. So in essence, you really only have a 16-second shot clock.
Yeah, Harden
Right.
sucks it up.
Now Harden or Chris Paul, given times, will dribble the ball
20 times.
another
Extra 10.
5 to 7 seconds.
Oh, they crazy, man.
So now you've got 7-8 seconds
Get the ball
to
out.
get a shot.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And Melo,
Right.
he
You know,
get bad too.
There's
It's
so
tough.
many possessions where it's just one pass and a shot because somebody just had the ball in their hands the whole time.
Hard.
Yeah.
And what's funny to me about all these moves and all this free agency is that presumably a team like Houston, they're making moves to beat the Warriors. Okay, and I guess the logic behind adding the Melo is to add offense because the Warriors are the most potent offensive team in the league.
And then they got better on. I mean, cut you off. Then they got better on defense last year, so we get more
Right.
offense. We can outscore them.
But the thing about that is you're not gonna beat Golden State by just plugging players in. What people don't take into account is they
Defense.
drafted and developed their core. Like they drafted Steph, they drafted Clay, they drafted Draymond, and Iguodala came and kind of grew with them.
It's a blessing.
So now what they're doing is they're just
Plug it
adding
in.
rooms to a mansion.
Yep.
You know,
Plug it in.
Yeah, it's not so much plugging in. Like you said, he just mentioned Iguodala went there and grew with them.
Right.
But Iguodala went there on the premise the same way he got drafted to the Sixers. When he got drafted to the Sixers,
Right.
there was a lot of chatter about he couldn't shoot. And he just flies
got
around
better,
and do
didn't
that. But at the time, Iverson was here.
Right.
Other guys were already here
Right.
that were on offense. So he was the plug-in wing defender where Iverson doesn't have to chase a 2 around the floor
Right.
when Eric Snow's not in the game.
Right.
Or you have that situation where you got Vince Carter playing for the Toronto Raptors. I'm just going back before Iguodala, but that type of situation.
Right.
Now you got somebody that you can put on him that's going to focus on that defense and just get his points or get his offense wherever he gets
You
it.
know you basketball.
And it's the same situation what happened in Golden State with him. He came in, but he worked on his offense while he was here a little bit. It got better, but
Right.
he was that veteran that grew with these young guys and showed them the NBA game, showed them how to defend. And I don't have to score a whole lot. That's what y'all here for. But
Play your part.
I'm here to get y'all in better positions to score with
Exactly.
the things that I do
Right.
on the court.
Right.
So, again,
Good point.
that Houston thing for Melo is like you said,
Right.
like you said, Ray, you trying to beat Golden State, and a lot of people look at Golden State and was like it's unfair, but the bottom line
They had
is,
some.
but the bottom line is, like Ray said, they didn't go out and buy any of these guys.
They grow the
Like,
from the crop.
They got Kevin Durant. Okay, Kevin Durant wanted to
He
go
wanted to
there.
go there, so yeah,
So,
leave it alone. That's
free
fine.
agency, you know, it's open market. That's what he decided to do. That's what he did. But like Ray said, the core they wanted before they had Kevin Durant.
Exactly.
Yeah, they need it. Be honest with you, they could have won 2 more
But-
about him.
But if you are any type of real basketball fan
Yes, you are.
that understands an iota of basketball, when you watch Golden State, even if you're not a true Golden State fan,
I'm not.
you can't help but watch
Admire.
the beauty of the style that they play.
And I'm glad you said that.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
Like I said, I'll watch any kind of basketball as long as it's good basketball.
because you have a high IQ.
But when it starts to get to the blowouts, I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah, it's like,
I like to see good basketball.
yeah, defense.
I like to see teams, and we all know teams are going to make runs or whatever, but especially with Golden State, the way they move the ball. And it's a little unorthodox
Right.
because of the players that they have, the things that they do, like
I like
Steph Curry shooting the threes,
Yeah.
Clay with the
Thompson,
threes,
yeah.
and other
Clay
guys with a lot of
he don't
the threes.
miss. He
But
was hurt. I'm sorry.
The difference with
I love Clay.
everybody else in the NBA shooting those threes is
And Draymond, don't forget Draymond.
everybody else in the NBA is shooting those threes to get a push, to get that extra point.
Hey, I'm sorry, real
to
quick.
get
Do
in
you
the
think,
game.
real quick, I'm not get off. Do you think, I mean, you chime on too, you think Draymond's the most underrated 3-point shooter ever? I think he
No.
is. You don't think?
No,
because
absolutely
no, not ever, but like in the
No,
league.
No.
Because some people like he ain't gonna, they ain't gonna stick him. He's knock it down.
No.
But that's what they want, though.
But-
That's
But
best
he
case
knocks it down
scenario.
in the playoffs. That's why I'm on
But
it
he
up.
knocks it down
Because he's
in
confident.
the flow of their offense
Okay.
when he's wide open. He doesn't
Right.
create. They don't run any plays or
Yeah, I didn't
anything,
say he did,
or a
but
play
yeah.
doesn't break
Yeah.
down and they kick it.
But
to
basically,
them.
I'm trying to say he makes them pay for like, okay, you leave me alone.